The FDA is recommending limits to the level of inorganic arsenic in apple juice. With Thanksgiving on the way, if you buy apples yourself and bake a pie, should arsenic be a concern? Monkey bars like these can be barrels of fun for kids, but according to the National Program for Playground Safety, falling to the ground can be blamed for 70% of all playground injuries. Under blue skies, we're going green with a variety of electric cars. This one gets 94 miles to the gallon. Stephen Barton's journey started here at his home in Southbury, and neighbors were shocked to find out how his trip was cut short. Often an afterthought like a spare tire in your trunk, those three little letters, PSI, could make a big difference in your gas mileage. State law requires municipalities to pick up on curbside big piles of leaves. Well, between the hamburgers and the hot dogs, there's corn, but there's also music, including the chicken dance.
WTIC HD Hartford.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock and 16 degrees in Hartford. I'm Steve Saunders, WTIC 1080 News. We have a winter storm warning that's in effect for the majority of the state until tomorrow. Heavier snow right now. Joe Fury will be here live from the WTIC Fox Connecticut Weather Center to update us on the winter weather.
The suspect has been identified in a Saturday residential burglary in Wallingford. WTIC Steve Saunders has details.
Detectives say they located evidence including stolen electronics and blood linking 32-year-old Angel Estrella to the scene of the Mohawk Drive burglary. Competition is brewing between the city of Waterbury and the rest of the country to come up with ways to improve the city's image. Hi, I'm Steve Saunders. During Sandy, we want you to be safe. Here are some tips to help you and your family ride out the storm.
A lot of people think hybrids are geek cars, and they're really not.
Whole Foods Associate Team Leader Michael Sweeney says there's nothing geeky about saving both money and the environment. He and his team coordinated the first annual Let Your Geek Ride RIP event next to Whole Foods in West Hartford. The event showcases some of the newest styles of electric and hybrid vehicles, efficient conventional cars, and a zero-emission hydrogen fuel cell bus.
A lot of the team members that work for Whole Foods really do believe in the environment and protecting it, and what you drive really does make an impact.
Under blue skies, we're going green with a variety of electric cars. This one gets 94 miles to the gallon. And that's because the Chevy Volt is a hybrid electric car that relies on both gas and electricity to power the vehicle.
People are proud of their hybrids, proud of their cars. They get great mileage, and maybe they're not celebrated as much as they should be.
With gas prices on the rise, if you can get over the initial sticker shock of some of these vehicles, folks at this event say a hybrid could equate to more money in your pocket, and there's nothing geeky about that. Shot in the arm and hit by shrapnel in the neck. From a hospital bed in Colorado with his mom by his bedside, Southbury resident Stephen Barton is just happy to be alive.
This is all. I still have some scars, but I'll be fine.
Stephen and his friend were biking across the country and made a stop in Aurora, Colorado to watch the latest Batman movie. Inside the theater, alleged gunman James Holmes opened fire, injuring Stephen and dozens more, killing 12.
I don't really remember people starting to really scream until I got hit, and then it was like mass mayhem.
Stephen Barton's journey started here at his home in Southbury, and neighbors were shocked to find out how his trip was cut short.
It really drives it home though, when you read it in the paper, you see it on the news, you're like, oh, okay. I see this stuff all the time, and then it's like, oh, but it happened to somebody I actually know. I've, known this kid for years.
My sister was like, no, check out online. So when we were looking at everything, I looked it up, and I was horrified, absolutely horrified.
While neighbors are having a hard time grasping what happened, they are expecting Stephen back home sometime next week. Carla Unwin has a very special role at this year's Corn Fest in Wethersfield.
I've been cooking corn all day, so I'm on I think I'm up to 9 sacks of corn.
The Wethersfield Chamber of Commerce has pulled together a number of area organizations to offer food, fun, and even funky hats at Wethersfield's 28th annual Corn Fest on the Broad Street Green. Funds collected at this event go to student scholarships. But even though there is plenty of corn to go around, there is nothing corny about the event.
Today is fun. Good time to hang around with friends and meet new people.
Do you plan to eat the corn?
Yeah. I'll go get a piece now, actually.
Plan on having the corn?
Oh, yeah, if I can find where it is. This is a big festival. It's really, really nice.
Well, between the hamburgers and the hot dogs, there's corn, but there's also music, including the chicken dance. And while these kids get their groove on, others wait in line for a hayride or a ride on a slide. But of course, it all comes back to the corn.
It's not a hard thing to cook, but everybody's been saying it's coming out good, so I guess I'm doing okay.